We're going to modify some walls and floors right now. So I'm going to you to open up the first floor plan, and we're going to zoom in a little bit. Sometimes you may opt to have a wall opening instead of a doorway. So I'm going to choose this door and I'm going to delete this. And then I'm going to go up to opening, and we're going to do a wall opening. So there are different types of openings you can do. You can make a shaft opening to cut through multiple levels. You can see the drop down view there. And we've done this in other projects. Sometimes you might want to do this if you're creating an elevator. You can make openings by face if you want to make some sort of a skylight or an opening there, or you can make openings through walls. So that's one that we're going to be doing, is creating a wall opening. And so I'm going to make a wall opening in this wall right here. In order to do this, I'm going to click on opening for wall. And then I need to select the wall that I want to create the opening for. So if I select that wall by clicking it one time, then I can create this opening. There is another option. I'm going to undo that. Another option is just to click on the wall itself. And then you can see in modify wall, you can create an opening. So there are two different ways you can do that. So I'm going to create this opening in this wall. And the opening um, dimensions don't really matter, but we can adjust that by clicking on the opening and clicking this thing. So let's just, for simplicity, make it 3 feet 6 inches. And so I have a 3 foot 6 inch opening instead of a 3 foot 6 inch door. So that leaves an opening into my pantry here. So next, if we want to see this, we're going to go into view and click on the drop down for 3D view and do camera. And I'm going to start my camera view out here, sort of right in the center of this counter. And the place that I click is how far my view is. So if I click here, I won't actually be able to see the opening because my view will stop at this location. So I need to go beyond that. I want to see beyond this, and I want to see to the end of this wall. So I'm going to go outside. And if I click this, now I can see that I have a wall opening, which is a little difficult to see. So if I go into realistic colors and hit my wheel here, then I can sort of look around. I don't want you to walk. I just want you to look. You can see that opening goes from floor to ceiling. You can also adjust, and you can see I have a floor issue, which we're going to fix in a little bit. You can also look at the properties view, and you'll be able to see a few things as far as how far the clip goes. I can see 21 feet. And what my eye elevation is, my eye elevation is currently 5 foot 6 inches. So if you want to adjust your eye elevation, if you want to make it a viewpoint of what I just looked up as the average adult male, it is 5 feet 9 inches. I can do that, and I can click apply, and that will adjust my height just a little bit. So if you want to get certain views for certain clients, that's how you adjust those views. So next, I'm going to go back into my first floor view, and I'm going to leave this camera view here and just click somewhere else so it disappears, because I am going to go back to that for a screenshot, and I want to adjust this floor. So now I'm going to click on the edge of the floor, so it will select that, and I'm going to click on modify floor, or sorry, edit boundary. And what I'm going to try to do is draw my own boundary here, and I'm going to create a boundary that has an offset so that we have a little bit more practice doing that. So I'm going to do a 2 inch offset, and I want to create a 2 inch offset going this direction. So what you'll notice when you do offset is if I click a line and move it to the right, the offset goes above it. If I go to the left, the offset goes below it. So if you are trying to do an offset and it's going the wrong direction, you may just need to draw the line or start it from a different location. So then I could start it, from here if I wanted the offset outside the wall. Well, I want the offset in the wall, and I'm going to start in this corner, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to a distance of 2 feet. And now I want to make a 45-degree angle up this way with an offset. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, and I'm going to hit the escape key so I can start it over. So I still have the line tool, and I'm going to start at this location and do a 45-degree angle all the way to this wall right here. So get to 45 degrees. There we go. And I'm going to hit the escape key. And now I'm going to line up with this edge here so that that dotted line appears. And I'm going to finish this out to this corner. And I'm going to hit the escape key one more time. So you notice I have these lines, but they don't quite line up. So now we use the trim extend tool. So to trim extend, that is this tool right here, trim extend. I like the keyboard shortcut TR for trim. And I need to get rid of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the line that I want to keep, which is this tiny little segment down here. I'm going to click that tiny segment and this line, and that gets rid of that. I'm going to undo that and show you if you click the long segment in this line, it gets rid of the short one. So it keeps what you click. So I want this one. I want to join these two lines together. So I'm going to click this segment, and that will trim those together. Do the same thing here and do the same thing here. Let me zoom into this little segment so I get that. So now I have a closed loop. So now if I hit the green check, it will show that that is a closed loop. So what I would like you to do at this point now is we're going to find the new volume of our floor. So double check to see if you did this correctly. I have a volume of 308.55. If you did not get that, call me over and let me help you out with that. And the last thing that we're going to do before our screenshot is I want to show you how to create a call out view. So into view, there is an option to do a call out. And what a call out allows you to do is create a viewpoint of a specific region that might be of interest to the to someone who's a contractor doing construction. So I want to call out of my closet here. And so what that did is it created a new first floor call out view. So now I can open that up and it gives me just a zoomed in view of just that area, but it's its own view plan right here. So I can drag that onto a sheet for future reference if I want to point something out. So I want you to take a screenshot of this call out view right here, paste that into your Google Doc that you're doing to save all these. And I also want you to go back to your 3D view, which is probably called 3D view 1, that shows this opening, and make sure that it's looking at the floor so that I can see that little triangle piece that's remaining. And I want you to do a screenshot of this view as well, and then you can paste that in there. So those will be the two screenshots that you paste in for this particular lesson.